It's been a bit of a while since I've done this. A sunny day like this is the worst day to vlog. Look at that shot, that is absolutely disgusting. I'm heading to London today because ComicCon is on. I've actually never been to ComicCon before, and I've also not been to a convention this side of COVID, so kind of nervous, kind of excited. My friend Stuart has managed to somehow get me some tickets. No idea how I'm going to actually get them. I need to meet someone outside the building. I need to find the building. I'm not in London. I've got a lot of things to figure out. Here we go. Cheeky little Mark III Golf though. Happy days. Right, I've made it into London. I'm in Oxford Circus. It's about a 5-minute walk from here to MCM London, which is the venue of ComicCon. I'm boiling hot, it's super busy, it's very loud, it's very noisy, there's lots of smells. In general, my senses are having a nightmare, but we are going to be in MCM London soon, where it'll be even worse. So, I have no idea where I'm going. I went to a place called MCN London, which turned out to be some sort of handbag selling shop, which is completely the wrong one. So now I need to head to XL London, which I've actually been to quite a few times, so really annoying. Another half an hour of traveling. Great. Right, I have made it to Custom House. That is the XL Centre. What an absolute palaver. Honestly, it shows that I'm not from around these ends when I make mistakes like that. I went to a handbag shop in the middle of nowhere. This is a very well lit room. So I'm currently just waiting to get my wristband off of Stuart's friend stood at the entranceway. It's very awkward. But he's on his way here now, and then we're going to be checking out the inside of ComicCon. Probably not going to do a lot of like vlogging like this because I've no idea what to expect, but yeah, I'm actually quite excited. There's lots of like cosplay. After finally meeting Dave, I got my wristband and I was through to ComicCon. I managed to find Ashens at his stand. Lots of people were having a great conversation with him about how much they love his videos. There were people everywhere dressed up. So much effort was put into everybody's cosplay. It was just amazing to see. People just glued to the different stands and all the different offerings. Lots of Star Trek fans playing with their sonic screwdrivers and Yu-Gi-Oh fans playing with their Pokemon cards. This place is literally like a maze. There is so many different ways to go. One thing I'd really like to try and find is a Game Boy game, like a cool little memento that I can take home. Also, I didn't bring a game in my analog pocket, so I'm trying to find one, but I don't know where to go. It's just infinite places to explore. I'm beginning to think I've come to the wrong convention. I think ComicCon is probably more to do with comics, movies, like that sort of thing, TV series. Obviously there's a hell of a lot of cosplay here and stuff. I think Game Boy games was probably more likely to be in GamesCon, so definitely don't think we're going to find a Game Boy game now, which kind of sucks. I then continued to wander around on my own in search for a Game Boy game. It was really difficult to find anything in here because it was just absolutely packed, but I managed to eventually stumble across a table which had a bunch of cool games. Rummaging through them, there were lots of reasonably priced games, but unfortunately nothing that I was too interested in. Lots of Super Nintendo and NES games as well, which was great to see, and a little pile of Game Boy games which I had a good rummage through, but nothing really in particular tickled my fancy. This I thought was going to be the only table here, but then I stumbled across this table. Look at the limited edition Game Boys you can see here. Now, it was a little bit deceiving. Some of them were legitimate, other ones were custom, as you can see here. That was an aftermarket shell, but this one is absolutely legitimate and a very rare version indeed. £109 is pretty reasonable, I'd suppose, for a UK priced Game Boy, but you can pick it up for about half of that if you get it from Japan. There was also the Die-Hawks limited edition Game Boy Color there too, and this, which was my favourite thing to see in person out of all. This is a very rare Pokemon Center Game Boy Micro. £400 is way too much. That's really neat. That is odd. I went about an hour without finding any Game Boy stuff. Suddenly, 3 different stands selling loads of cool bits. That one guy who had some really rare limited edition Game Boys actually recognised me, so that was really cool. He had the super rare Game Boy Micro, the Pokemon edition. I think it was Japanese exclusive, so that was really cool to see. I've never actually seen that one before. He had the Die-Hawks limited edition Game Boy Color and a Tezuka one. I'm not even sure what that one is. The blue one with the yellow buttons as well. That's another really rare limited edition one. I've actually bought that. I think I've got that somewhere to do a restoration video on, but yeah, super cool to see all of that. Right, let's continue down this way. And then I stumbled across this table. It was absolutely chock-a-block with different cool things. Lots of different games and consoles, boxed and loose. So many things to look at. I honestly didn't even know what to do and how to even begin. There was a few aftermarket copies of Pokemon which were pretty expensive, but just a great selection in general. Everyone really loved this table. I think if I ever needed to clear some of my collection, a place like this would be a great place to do it. Lots of games I'd never even seen before, which was super cool, and I did actually end up picking up 2 from here. And there were a few games that I spotted that I had heard recommendations from Retro Game Tech many years ago on a video that he made. One of them was this, Sabrina, which was made by Way Forward, the same company that made Shantae, and then also a Santa Claus Jr. game, which was a sort of, I believe, side-scrolling platform type game that he really liked as well. I actually picked up that Breakout game as well. And then in here, I stumbled across a really interesting fake cartridge with, I think it was called Sitting Ducks. I ended up picking up that just for the artwork. It was really cool. I then took it back over to the stand with Stuart, had a little play on it on the Analog Pocket, and that was pretty much the end of the convention on day 1. We ended up going back to his Airbnb, we all got some food, and had a really chill evening. And then a little bit later after that, I met Freya, and we went out for some drinks in London, specifically Canary Wharf, and we went to a bar called The Alchemist, which was very fun. Look who joined me, Freya. We're staying in a hotel which doesn't have a window, but it does have a second story. So yeah, we're gonna go and get some food, aren't we?
Yeah.
Do you wanna get my deodorant?
Okay.
Absolutely perfect stay. It was completely fine. Being in a room with no windows, however, was a little bit weird. No idea where Freya's gone. But yeah, we are staying in Canary Wharf. Absolutely insane place. I'm going to take you on a cool little walk to show you some more of the buildings. So I just left Freya and now I'm on a bus. I'm heading to Piccadilly and I'm meeting my mate Vince, which is going to be so cool. I haven't seen him in ages. We're going to Burlington Arcade, which is a place which sells vintage watches. There's no real set in stone plan, but that's the rough sort of agenda. So let's see how we get on. I've never actually gotten on a bus in London before, or at least I can't remember, and it's really nice because I spend so much time travelling underground on the tube that going overground you just get to see loads of cool stuff. I met up with Vince and we had a look around Burlington Arcade. There was so many amazing old watches to look at. It was absolutely incredible. I do love vintage Amigas and Rolexes, and it was really nice to see them all in the flesh. We then sat down in a little bar and had a beer and played on the game that I bought from the convention, and then had a wander around some of the parks and sat down for a little coffee in some really weird building. We then did a little bit of touristy sightseeing, whatever the hell this building is, and that was really fun. And then we continued to wander around London because we decided that it was cooler to do that than to go to a bar. No, we just actually had no idea where we were. We then found this really cool ice cream place, and it was a really fun experience. It's almost time now to call it a day in London and wrap up this whole thing. But one of the things I've always wanted to do in London is come to Notting Hill and try and find the bookshop that, I think his name was Will Thacker, I can't remember, but it is somewhere near here. Oh, that is quite cool. Oh my god, of course it's a gift shop. Are you joking? Oh, but that is epic. That is epic. That is so iconic, unreal. I can't believe it's now a gift shop, like one of the many gift shops in London. It's a gift shop that is capitalising off of the fact that it's the location of the travel bookshop. I mean, unreal. The area in general, a little bit run down, not gonna lie. Oh, that's cool. Look at all the CRTs. But yeah, I don't know, it wasn't quite what I was expecting, but still really cool. Apparently, round the corner from here is the little house that he lived in, which is another iconic location to go and scout out. Hopefully, it's not actually someone's house, but it might well be. If it's another gift shop, I will lose it. Well, that pretty much wraps up whatever the hell that was. I had no plans making that video. There was really no reason for me to even make a video anyway, because I was not doing anything particularly interesting. But I thought, in the spirit of the fact that I can't really make videos properly at the moment because I'm just making videos in a spare room, I thought I'd take the camera with me and just capture some bits. So I hope you enjoyed it. I did find the house. I went up to the wrong door, but yeah, I did actually find the house, which was really cool. Thank you to anyone who's made it this far. If you made it this far, comment the words bookshop and I will heart it. Massive thank you to Stuart as well for getting me into ComicCon, and Vince for heading all the way into London to meet me. I hope you've all enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Goodbye.